Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Well, it is currently 10 after 8 on Wednesday evening. We just went outside. It is like so nice out. Well, it's raining, but the rain is nice, kind of. I was gonna actually vlog on the front porch tonight, but the rain is kind of like coming onto the front porch, so I'll probably get wet if I sit out there. But the temperature today, you guys, I mean, this is unbelievable. This is February in Indiana. It has been, Boo Radley keeps on walking around. You wanna come up here? Come here, honey. Come here, sweetheart. All right. His little paws are all wet, do you see? Look at those wet little paws, yeah. He had so much fun running around. The temperature today was like in the mid to upper 60s. I couldn't even believe it. It was like 65. It was so warm outside when I got up to take him outside. I was like, oh my God, this is unbelievable. I mean, it was like gray and cloudy and stuff like that. I sat out on the front porch for a long time and like said hi to my neighbors that were walking by and all of that. And I talked to my sponsor for like an hour on the phone. But the temperature was so unbelievable. It was so beautiful. And I think tomorrow it's supposed to be the same way. No rain though. I think it's supposed to just be really, really windy. So crazy weather. And then it's supposed to go down into like the 40s again or something. But, and then like the 40s for like 2 days. And then it's supposed to go back into the 50s or the 60s. So I don't know that. I was looking through like last night I was looking through like the next 10 days of weather, and I think there's only one day in there where we have like a chance of snow, and it's supposed to be like less than like an inch or something like that. It's just supposed to be like snow, like showers for like just a short period of time. So I don't know, it looks like maybe we won't have any more snow for the rest of winter. I saw somebody comment that they were from Salt Lake City and that they were watching the school closings and their child's school was closed and that they were getting dumped on in Salt Lake City. You know, the thing is like living in Indiana, I've said this before, like I grew up with, I just remember so much snow in the winter, you know? I can remember, so I was a walker to school. Come over here, honey. You wanna come over here? Come on. Well, now you don't want to? You want to or you don't want to? He wants me he likes me to scratch underneath his neck. You know, I was a walker, and so I walked to elementary school, and I can remember like getting up in the morning, and I don't remember what time I had to be at school, but it was like pitch black outside. And so I lived on a cul-de-sac, and so our street was real long, and then I would go hit like the main street and then walk all the way, and it was like a straight shoot all the way down to my elementary school where I would like cross over this main street to the other side. And I would see a few kids like walking as I went, but I can remember getting up. My mom, she would, you know, get up, and you know, sometimes she would go back to bed, I think, but you know, she would like give me like, I can remember eating toast with like, as I walked, like cinnamon toast, or I loved, back in the day, I loved raisin cinnamon toast. That was like my favorite. And I can remember eating it like on a napkin as I like walked to school, but I would be like all bundled up in my coat and scarf and hat and mittens, you know, or gloves. And I can remember like eating toast with gloves on, like big heavy gloves. It's actually funny because I keep on getting ads on Instagram for these gloves that are called like Freaky Freezies or something like that. And I remember them from when I was in elementary school. They're like these gloves that when they get cold, they change like how they look. Do you guys remember those? And I think I had a pair when I was growing up, but anyway, they're really cool. I was gonna get a pair and I thought, well, what would I even like wear them to or whatever. So I don't know, it's just weird. I can remember like walking to school and there being like huge snow drifts on the side of the road. And there was always like, I feel like January and February, there was always a lot of snow, you know, when you would get to school and, you know, you would take off all of your like coat and you'd have like, you know, I would have my little cords and a sweater on underneath it or whatever. I loved corduroy pants when I was a kid. And then I'd get to school, you know, and I would take off my, you know, I had like the snow pants and everything, you know, the overall snow pants, and I'd take those off with the moon boots. I used to have the moon boots, and I'd take all of that stuff off, you know, and then you would hang it like in the coat closet, and everything would drip because it would be wet, you know, and then it would dry out just in time for, you know, when you would walk home from school. So interesting little memory. I actually remember before, my parents were separated before I started first grade. Because I can remember my dad came over and we walked from our house to the elementary school and he timed it. I think it was like a 1.5 mile or 2 mile walk. I think it was like 1.5 miles, but he timed it to see how long it would take me to walk to the school. And I remember we walked it there and we walked it back together. And so, yeah. I liked being a walker. I felt like there was something special about being a walker. I don't know. And then when I was in junior high, I had to take the bus, but I hated the bus. And so my mom would pick me up from school a lot. Plus I had tennis, and so she would pick me up and then I would go straight to tennis. I made 2 coffees today. So I did this review on my review channel. I have been like filming like crazy. I did this review of this Zoku that Costa sent me. And so I did this, and there's coffee in here. And then as a kind of a comparison, I also put coffee, Starbucks coffee in here. So I've been like kind of going back and forth drinking them. But the thing that's funny is, this is just the blonde roast. Isn't this cup so pretty? I love this cup. This is just the blonde roast that I get the iced coffee in, but this is, Joanne sent me the K-Cups of the cinnamon blueberry crumble. And so I made that in a K-Cup and then put it in for iced coffee. And it's so funny drinking the blueberry, cinnamon blueberry crumble as iced coffee. Like, it tastes so delicious. It's so good. So, sweetie, do you want to come over here? Like, if I try to move you over here, you don't want to come over here. Okay, you do want to come over here, I guess. Aw. He said, yeah, Dad. He's been a real sweet boy. Alex has been FaceTiming me like crazy and messaging me. They got up real early this morning at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and they took the train to from Ponte Verde, which is where his mom's living, to Santiago. And they went to this church for Ash Wednesday, this like beautiful church. It was like a church that she wanted to go to because the church that Alex went to in Venezuela, that he was like confirmed in and, you know, was like an acolyte and all that kind of stuff in the church. This is like I don't really know, I'm not Catholic, so I don't know how it works, but this is like the parent church to that, if that makes sense. So this is like the original one, and then there was another one that like people from this church came to Venezuela and built that he went to when he was growing up. And so she wanted to go and see this church, the original church. Alex was so funny because he was like, the priest asked if anybody wanted to do a reading, and he was like, my mom froze, and now he goes, I think that she's wishing that she had read, because she's like real involved in her church and stuff like that. So, and I said, so you didn't want to do a reading? And he goes, no, I think the priest saw the sins on my face or something like that. I was like, Alex. But they're having a great time. He said it's giving him very like Game of Thrones, like how it looks. It's like kind of medieval looking, and he said it's like absolutely beautiful. He's been sending me pictures left and right. You can go look on his Instagram if you want to. It's Alex J. Paredes, Paredes. And it's just, everything is just beautiful there. Unbelievably beautiful. I did want to say thank you to everybody that responded to me asking like why you watched my vlog yesterday. I like read every single comment. It meant so much to me, and like just like the majority of people were like, I just feel like you're a friend, and you know, I just like, it feels like it's just like a friend sitting down and whatever. Like a couple of people commented and said that like they just feel like I'm very real, and then I just get on here and just talk about, like, I'm not trying to sell you anything, I'm not trying to do anything and whatever. And like, it's interesting, like I had never thought about like that, you know, I never thought about it from that point of view. I mean, obviously I do like sponsorships on my drama channel. You know, people on my review channel and stuff, like every once in a while they'll reach out to me, and like companies, and want to send me stuff to review and whatever. That used to happen a little bit on my booktube channel when I was like more active, like publishing companies and stuff would want to send me like previews of books and things like that. Every once in a while they'll still reach out to me, like if I've reviewed a book and like the author has another book coming out, they'll like reach out to me and ask me if I like want an advanced reader copy, but I don't really get as much of that anymore. But yeah, like, I mean, I do sponsorships on my Peter Monn channel and stuff like that, but like I never thought about it from that point of view. Like, I've never on this channel like really tried to sell anything. I mean, I've just always thought, I don't know, it's just a channel where I talk to you guys. I've also never, but that's not true. I have had actually people reach out to me for sponsorships on this channel. How would I do it? I think a couple times I've mentioned like the Adam and Eve code over here or whatever, which by the way, if you want to use it, it's code Peter. So go check out adamandeve.com and use code Peter. For your first item you get first item 50% off plus free shipping and handling in the United States and Canada. Some exclusions do apply. But anyway, yeah, like that wasn't like the main comment. Most people were like, you know, I just love listening to you talk about your day, and it's very much just like talking to a friend on the phone, and I don't know, it meant a lot to me. It also made me realize that I can really talk about just like anything over here, and it doesn't really, you know, have to be like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like when I haven't done a whole lot during the day, or I don't have a lot going on, or I don't really have, I mean, okay, this is the thing, other than me sitting down and talking about like what I did during that day, I never get into a vlog, and I know that there are going to be those people out there that are like, I mean, back in the day, people thought I scripted my vlogs. Like, seriously? Like, they thought I scripted them and read from like a script. I never have, and never to this day gotten into a vlog and I think to myself, like I might think to myself like, okay, you know, like I've been thinking a lot about my mom today, I'm going to talk about my mom, or it's like Tanya's sobriety birthday, or it's my sobriety, I'm going to talk about my sobriety today. Like it might be something like that, but I never get in and think like, okay, this specific thing, that specific thing, other than just like what that day means to me or what I'm talking about. I mean, I think you guys know that I kind of just like go with the flow, and it's very stream of consciousness to me, but there are some times where I'm just like, well, I didn't really do anything today, and so how am I gonna get in a video and even talk for like 30 minutes, you know? I don't really honestly know how I used to do it for an hour and a half, hour every day. Like, it's different sitting in a chair and just talking to honest to God, I don't know what's different about it, okay? But it sometimes is harder to just, I don't know, just randomly talk about whatever. And so sometimes I feel like, well, I just didn't really do a whole lot today, or I don't have a lot going on, and they're probably going to be bored, and so, you know, it is what it is. But you guys were telling me that that's not true, so I appreciate that. When I did this review earlier, I couldn't get this thing. It was like, it wouldn't suction in here, and then like when the coffee turned from warm to cold, it like suctioned in this like top part on here. Isn't that cool how that works? So speaking of what I did, I got up today and we slept in. Boo Radley and I slept in today. Well, I got up earlier to give him his medicine and stuff and take him out, and then we went back to bed. Didn't we, Boo Radley? And then I got up today. I have a list on my phone. I'm actually, right now, I'm uploading my review video, and I am reviewing my second drama video of the day, because I filmed a video about Jaclyn Hill yesterday, but I didn't end up posting it because by the time that it was ready to post, it was so late. Did I already say that? I feel like maybe I said that. I think I said that maybe in my Peterisms video or something. I don't know. But anyway, so I ended up posting that video today, and then I filmed another video about Jeffree Star that is uploading right now. When I get done vlogging, I will post that. And then, as far as videos that I did it backwards kind of today. I filmed my Peterisms, no. What did I film first? I filmed my Peterisms video first. I really liked the meditations that I read today. And then I did a booktube video talking about the book club and announcing the book for next month and things like that, and talking just about the book club in general. And then I did the review video about this cup right here, this Zoku. I want to call it a Roku, like one of those things. I wish I had my phone, which was uploading a video, because Caroline is having so much trouble with her Apple TV. Like getting it to play. Like sometimes there's no sound on it. Sometimes like it won't play at all. The other thing is like she says if she pauses it and goes out to look like a TikTok or something, when she comes back in, like on her phone or whatever, her iPad, like it's no longer at where she paused it. It goes back to the beginning of the show. And she doesn't understand why that's happening. Has this happened to anybody else with Apple TV? Let me know if you've had problems with it in the comment. I'm hiccuping. In the comment section below. Let me know. But before that, I sat on the front porch because it was cloudy and gray and stuff like that, but it was just like such a beautiful day. It felt like, it reminded me of back in the day when I would go sailing with my dad. When I was really young, before he took the boat to Michigan, my dad had a smaller boat that he kept on Lake Monroe, which is in Bloomington, Indiana, where Indiana University is. And, but just for like a year. And I remember there was this one day that we were supposed to go down there and meet with his partner, his business partner, who also had a sailboat. And we it was like really stormy and gray, and it looked like it was gonna like start, in this weird like memories that you have as a kid. I remember that it was like, looked like it was gonna start just like pouring down rain any moment. And we were like waiting like on the docks and for them to come in, and my dad was like, let's just go, like we'll meet them for dinner, like meet up with them for dinner later or whatever. And I remember on the radio in the car was the song Dust in the Wind. And I don't know how I remember this, but for some reason, like I got like really worried about them, that they were gonna like, their boat was gonna like capsize or whatever. Is that the word I'm looking for? Capsize, I think. The other night when I was looking for the word bite, a couple people put it in the comment section. That was exactly the word I was looking for, bite. Yeah, my bite feels different. So anyway, but that song was on the radio and I remember that to this day. But it was like one of those days. It was just like real cloudy, and you could kind of feel like it was like a storm was brewing, you know. Anyway, what was I going to say? No, I don't even remember. Oh, so, and then after I got done with my review video, I was uploading those videos and whatever. Oh, I talked about sitting on the front porch. I'll tell you about that in a second. But anyway, and then I filmed drama video about Jeffree Star, and that's uploading right now. And then I took Boo Radley. I fed him earlier, and then I took him out. And, oh, he's little guy's sleeping. Look at him. Hi, honey. Hello, Boo Radley. And now I am filming my vlog. So I posted the Jacqueline video, Jeffree video, Peterisms, booktube, review, vlog. 6 videos today. Spirit fingers. I'm pretty proud of myself. My mouth is kind of starting to get a little bit sore, but not too bad. Not too bad tonight. So it's just like right down here in my jaw. Not horrible though. So sitting on the front porch, talked to my sponsor for like an hour. We've been talking like every day. We talked for a long time, and had a really nice talk about all kinds of stuff. And then, I mean, like when we talk, I think when I say things like that, people are like, well, what do you mean you have like a really great talk? We don't, like, I've known my sponsor long enough now, and we've worked together long enough that like when I talked to her, she was like, okay, so she made a pot roast, and so her niece just had a baby. And so like just like very recently, and so she and her husband are like she's really sore, and her, you know, obviously, and her husband's like really busy, and so she made them a pot roast with all kinds of vegetables and like carrots and potatoes and stuff, and then like a loaf of bread, and she was taking that over there, and we were talking about that, and we talk about all kinds of stuff, you know, just like she's redoing her basement. She's always redoing something in her house. So we were talking about her, you know, that was yesterday. We were talking about her redoing her basement, but we were just talking about all kinds of stuff. And yeah, me trying some new meetings in recovery. We were talking about that today, and maybe what meetings I would want to try, and on and on and on. And so yeah, talked to her for a long time. And then, well, before and after that, I was making appointments because I had to call and I still hadn't made an appointment with my spine specialist when actually, I was just thinking about this today, like my back is starting to feel better. And so I'm like, I don't know that I really need to go see him, but I feel like I need to follow up because I have the MRI, so I want to make sure that I do that. So called today. She actually called me back like right away. I was kind of surprised, like 15 minutes later, because I was talking to my sponsor and I had to like get off the phone with her to take the call. So I scheduled an appointment with my spine specialist for next week. I think Thursday at like 8:45 a.m. is when it is. And so that was that. Called my neurologist because they had wanted me to follow up and get blood work and I think another CAT scan done at the end of January, and I hadn't heard from them. So she said the end of, like when I talked to his assistant the last time, she said the end of January or end of February. So I don't, like it's probably still in there, but anyway. So I called and left her a message, and then who was the other person, the other appointment? Oh, and then my primary care physician, they kept on calling me to reschedule my follow-up appointment, which is like in July. They kept on, because he's going to be out of the office or something when they scheduled the appointment. So they've left me like 3 messages and I kept on forgetting to call. So I finally called and rescheduled that today. So it was like, I think my appointment was like July 15th and we rescheduled it for like July 7th or something, just to do like a follow-up appointment. So I got all my doctor's appointments like all done and rescheduled. Caroline and I are hanging out tomorrow. She's coming like late to get me because she has a hair appointment. So she's coming tomorrow at 3 to get me. And yeah, and then we're just gonna run a couple errands. I mean, since it's so late, we won't go eat. We'll probably go to Starbucks because I don't ever go to Starbucks anymore. And then I'll probably go to Crumble Cookies and get cookies to do a review. And then I need to stop by the post office because I haven't been there in like 2 weeks. And then what else do I need to do? There was something else I was thinking today that I need to do. Oh, I want to go to Fresh Time because I'm almost out of macaroni salad. I'm like so addicted to macaroni salad and potato salad right now. I can't even tell you. And I was like up like really late last night, and I was like, and Alex was like getting up to go on the train and stuff, and he called me and he's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm sitting here and I'm watching drag pageants. I was sitting here right here on my phone watching drag pageants. And I heated up my very last piece of my broccoli and cheddar quiche. Oh my God, it was so good. Somebody commented just on my video and they just said quiche. I didn't understand, like, am I pronouncing it wrong? It's quiche, right? Like, I've always pronounced it quiche. Is it quesh? Is it quiche? I don't know. Like, am I getting it right? It's quiche, right? Like, I've always pronounced it that way. Everybody that I've known's pronounced it quiche. It's like, do you guys remember, I swear to God, when I was growing up as a kid, it was coupon, okay? And then they changed it to coupon. Who changed the word to coupon? And when I say this to people, people are like, no, it's always been coupon. And I'm like, no, when I was a kid, I swear to God, it was coupon. I can remember it being coupon. But anyway, did you hear that slurp? So anyway, I ate my last piece of quiche. Oh God, it was so delicious. And then it was like I make a little like picnic buffet. Tanya always laughs at me because I make this little picnic buffet. And I had some barbecue chips out. I can't remember what that brand is, but they also make honey Dijon chips, which I had gotten, but I went through that bag real quick. They're so good. These chips are like kind of like, they make sea salt. Do you guys know the chips I'm talking about? They're kind of like real natural chips, but they have like several different flavors. I really like these chips, but they're kind of like really hard, so I had to chew it on that side. But I had gone through the honey Dijon ones, which I'm going to get another bag of those, and so I was eating the barbecue ones. Oh, you know what? I was thinking, like, I don't know what I want for dinner tonight. I might make one of those Totino's pizzas with macaroni salad. Oh my God, Totino's pizza with This is where the people that are like, Peter, you need to be eating healthy. And I'm like talking about Totino's pizza with macaroni salad. Listen, Linda. My husband is out of town and I'm gonna eat what I wanna eat, okay? He's eating his way across Spain, okay? Having all kinds of fun over there. He's sitting there telling me, oh, we had a cheeseburger. The cheeseburger was the best. I had cheeseburger and fries. It was so good. I'm like so jealous of like all the food that they're eating, you know, all this kind of stuff over there. They were supposed to stay with, isn't this such a shit move? Excuse my language. Isn't this such a crap move? Listen. So they were supposed to stay with family members that, like, Alex doesn't remember ever meeting these people, but apparently they're people that, like, lived in Venezuela, like, kind of like distant family members, you know, extended family from way back in the day that his mom's kept in touch with, right? That live in Spain. And so they were supposed to stay with them for, like, 3 nights in Madrid. And ever since, like, Alex's mom got to Spain and has been, like, texting them, they haven't, this woman hasn't responded. She's just left it on the text messages on read. I hope she's okay, you know? But Alex is like, we're supposed to stay with this woman and she's not responding to my mom. And I felt so bad for his mom, you know? So they ended up getting a really, really cute hotel. They're actually... So they ended up staying in Ponte Verde another day. They came back from Santiago and stayed in Ponte Verde another day because they were supposed to go to Santiago, come back to Ponte Verde, stay there for like an hour, and then they were going to get on the train at 5:30 yesterday to go to Madrid. But because they couldn't get a hold of this woman, they had to come up with another plan. So they booked a hotel in Madrid, and then they're taking the train tomorrow morning, which will be Thursday morning. They have to be on the train at 5:30 in the morning. It's like a 4-hour ride. But they got a really cute hotel. It has like this huge balcony. And I guess they're like in the middle of the city. And this woman, I guess, lived outside of the city. So Alex said it would be better anyway because that way they're like real close to stuff and they can go all around. They're like really excited. He's so excited to do these tours. These like architecture tours. And they're going to a bunch of churches and stuff like that. So they're having a really great time. I feel like he's FaceTiming me more than he ever does when he's here in town. You know, it's like kind of crazy. He FaceTimes me like probably 5-10 times a day. It's like so funny. And he's like, oh, I want to show you this. I want to show you that. Did I tell you guys that they were like in their apartment the other night? And all of a sudden they heard all this stuff. It's like Carnival, I guess, in Spain or something right now. And so like they looked out on the street. If my phone wasn't uploading this video, I would show you guys because he sent me videos of it. But outside on the street, what were marching bands that were playing down the street with like people in costumes and stuff like that. It was so cool. I mean, it's like literally like looked out their window. It's like the street is only like 6 feet, 10 feet wide anyway. Probably 10 feet, 10 to 15 feet. I don't know how far. But anyway, it's a real small street. And there's all these people packed in the street, like playing drums and instruments and coming down with like wild costumes on and stuff like that. It's really cool. So anyway, he's having the time of his life. It's kind of crazy. I was thinking like Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, and now this is our 4th night with just little Boo Radley and I. It doesn't seem like it's been, I mean, it seems like it's been longer than that, but at the same time, it doesn't seem like it's been just like 4 nights. I don't know. It feels like it's just been like 2 nights or something like that. So I miss him like crazy, but I thought I would be like really lonely, and I haven't been. I hung out with Valerie last night, and she's been so fantastic to keep me entertained, and we've hung out 2 nights now, and so she's just been really, really good, and so yeah, so dun 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 dun. And let's see what else. I think that's it. My plan tonight is to watch the Murders new documentary that is on Netflix, or catch up on Your Honor. And I also want to finish my audiobook. I keep on saying I'm going to finish this audiobook, and I don't. And so that's my plan tonight. I kind of was thinking I might take a nap, but I think I'm not going to take a nap and just try to like wait and just like stay up and whatever. But this is like the problem is that, like, you know, I can sleep in. So I eat, and then I'm like so cozy that I just want to get little Boo Radley into bed and for us to like take a nap. And then I'm like so cozy, and then I'm like, oh, we'll just sleep a little bit, and then we'll get up and we'll take a little nap, then we'll get up and watch TV and whatever. And the other night, like I think I told you guys this, I like slept till like from like 9 to like 1 or 2 or something. And I got up and I was watching TV, and it was just like, I was like, just felt so in my element. I was watching, This Is Us and Dear Edward in my element. I just was so happy. I just was like, I love watching TV shows. You know, for so long, I don't know if you've watched how long you've watched my vlog, but if you've watched it for a long time, you'll know I used to talk about this, that like Alex on a Sunday, I still have a hard time doing it during the day, but like Alex on a Sunday, because I kind of feel like I'm wasting my time. Oh, I did a lot of towels today too. I've been washing towels yesterday and today. It stopped. But like Alex can binge watch a show like all day on a Sunday or all day on a Saturday if he's off, right? And I was always like really kind of like jealous of it. I was like, I wish that I could do that. Like, not that I couldn't, not that there was anything stopping me, but I would, you know, start watching like a half an hour. I mean, even at night, you know, I couldn't. Now I could, you know, listen to audiobooks for long periods of time or music, you know, for long periods of time. But I really struggled listening to or watching any kind of show and, you know, really getting into the show. And so it was, you know, really hard. Like I couldn't like binge watch shows. I didn't have the patience to sit there and just watch, you know, a show like one episode after another. Oh my God, now I love it. It's like one of my favorite things. It's so relaxing, especially like my favorite thing is when you have all of like the whole season is out of something or all the episodes are out. Like this is why I need to get back into Fear the Walking Dead, because the new season is coming out, I think in April or May, and I need to get all caught up. And I'm on season 3 and there's like 6 or 7 seasons out already. And I think 6 seasons out already. And I need to get caught up. Tanya like started watching it like 2 months after I did, and she's already watched the whole thing. But I love nothing more than just like watching 4 or 5 episodes of a show that you love in a row. Like, it's just so fun to me. And I get so excited. I get like kind of like a kid. Like when one episode ends, I like put it on the next episode and pause it. And I go into the kitchen and I get snacks out. I'm like, oh my God, I got my snacks and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like so excited about it. You know, it's so corny, but I love it. And it just makes me happy. I don't know. It's just those small things that make me happy in life. And yeah. Right, booby? He switched while he was sleeping. He got up and moved around. He said, I needed to put myself in a new circle. A little new circle. What else is going on? Let's see. Anything else I can tell you guys about? I have like these goals that I want to get done before Alex comes back. Well, first and foremost, I have to like unpack that shredder because I bought that like massive industry, what is it Tanya calls it, a industry grade shredder. And Alex, it's like sitting by the door still. And Alex is like, are you going to ever unpack that shredder? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to get everything done. I'll shred everything while you're gone and whatever. He was like, okay. So I've got to get all of that done. And then over here, I have these weights. I don't know if you can see it, but like I've got 2, it slipped out of my hand when I was trying to show you, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I have the weights that I bought from Amazon, and then I also have Alex's Patio Boss, well not Alex's, it's mine, but this Patio Boss wall-mounted heater. So I have to figure out, well, first of all, I have to take the weights out of the box, which I bought over a year ago. And, well, no, not over a year ago. I bought them, I don't know, last April or May, because I thought, like, if I start walking like a half an hour a day, I always have such good plans, don't I? I mean, listen, what do they say? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. I mean, I have such good plans. If I followed through with all of my plans, my life would be perfection. It would just be, I would be so fit, so in shape. Oh, well. But I was like, okay, I can't go to my gym anymore, so I'm going to, because I didn't want to like take Ubers to my gym, well, I wasn't going to my gym anyway, let's just be for real, right? But anyway, so I was like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start walking like a half an hour every day, and then I bought weights, and they're like, I think like 2, 5, and 10 pound, or 5, 10, and 15 pounds or something, I don't even know, and it has like one of those things, they're like, like that, and then I was just going to keep them right there. And I was going to get like, well, we have like yoga mats and stuff like that, like in the garage that we store. And Alex used to do like yoga during the lockdown and stuff like that. And so I was either going to do like yoga or something like, there's like the programs that you can get on TV or on YouTube and all kinds of stuff like that. So I was either going to walk or do yoga. This was my plan. And then I was going to like lift for like a half an hour, like maybe 3 times a week. And I thought if I did that, like at least that would be me being active on some level, right? Well, let me show you how active I've been. The weights are still sitting in a box, and it's been almost a year, and they've been sitting there ever since. And then the wall mount heater that Alex got me was so that I could vlog and sit outside and things like that. And it's one of those wall heaters that like goes up. It's like sits up, you know, and it's like comes down on you. I think you could also just have it sit down, like stand next to you too. But I have to open it, and so I got to figure out how to mount it. I asked the neighbor across this, because there's no way. I don't know how to work a drill. I don't hardly even know how to work a hammer. If I had a hammer, I'd a hammer in the morning, I'd a hammer in the evening, all over this land. A little Peter, Paul, and Mary for you. But I don't know much about like how to do any of that kind of stuff. I just have like no handyman skills whatsoever. So I was asking the couple across the street that I'm friends with, I said, my neighbors, I asked them, they have this guy that comes to their house and does all kinds of stuff, and I said, is he like all-around handyman? They're like, oh yeah, he can do anything. So I might reach out to him and see if he can help me mount this, because I don't know how to mount it. If not him, our neighbor next door is really like handy and good with stuff like that. And she told me that they have the name of a handyman that can also do all that kind of stuff. So I may get the name from him as well and just reach out and have it mounted. And Alex got one so we have like an overhang on our patio. My mouth is starting to hurt. I'm gonna have to get off here in a second. We have like an overhang on our patio that's like this deep. So he got me one that if it's like up there in the roof of the patio, you won't necessarily be able to see it like if you're standing on the street, if that makes sense. So I'll be able to use it, and then we'll have to like, you know, track the cord all the way down the side to where the outlet is, which is right by the door. So, which like my seat is right by the outlet. So it should be fine. I think it'll be really nice. Wasn't it such a nice Christmas present? And Alex is like, you haven't even I'm like, well, it's not like I can't use it next year or two, or, you know, next fall and winter. It's like, I'm definitely going to use it. So, what is it, little man? Huh? What is it? Did you eat any more of your dinner? Did you have some of your dinner? He ate his whole plate of dinner earlier. You did, didn't you? Yeah. He said, I liked that dinner. That dinner was good. And then you got a whole other plate of dinner. And did you eat that dinner? That was the dinner we just fed you not too long ago. He likes to eat his second plate of dinner. We were feeding him 3 times, but he's not eating 3 times a day anymore. The second plate of dinner, he usually likes to eat late at night. Like when I take him out at like 10 or 11, or if Alex takes him out at 10 or 11, he comes in and he just like runs right down the stairs and he goes into his house and he eats his food. Because he say, I like a late night snack just like you, Dad. He says, yeah, I do. He's the sweetest boy. Sweetest boy in the whole wide world. Say, I met a golden retriever today, Dad, and he was real nice. Say, I like to meet the other boys and girls in the neighborhood. And they're real nice to me. He loves it when I go like this. What are you doing, huh? What are you doing, little sweetie? You like that, don't you? See, he puts his head out. He wants more. All right, you guys. Well, listen, I'm going to get off here now so I can start uploading this vlog, and then I can get something to eat. I'm hungry. I'm hungry, hungry hippos. Hungry, hungry hippos. He just looked at the camera. It was so cute when I said that. Hungry, hungry hippos. What did you think I said, boo? Hungry, hungry hippos. Did you ever play that game back in the day? What a stupid game with those marbles. You know another game I hated back in the day? Operation. I always got buzzed. But I'll tell you one game I really did like. I liked the game. Oh, what was that called? Was it Simon? Where it had the 4 colors and it'd go beep, 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 beep. And then you had to repeat it. Do you guys remember that? It was like a round thing. I loved that so much. Oh my God. That was so fun. That's like a game for an only child because you can play it for hours. Just so much fun, you know? Anyway, all right, you guys, I'm gonna get off here now. I don't know what I'm gonna have. Should I have Boo Radley, should I have a Totino's pizza? Or should I make a grilled cheese? He said, I don't care, Dad. All right, so anyway, I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing Wednesday. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. And remember these 3 very important things. 1, you can start your day over whenever you want. 2, practice random acts of kindness, but shh, don't tell anyone. And 3, most importantly, make sure that you reach out to somebody and let them know how much they mean to you. You'll be putting a smile on their face, possibly changing their day, hopefully making them feel better, and just, I don't know, making their day. You know, or what, did I already say that? I don't know. Making them happy. Let's make people happy. It's just such a small thing to make people happy. Compliment somebody today. Go out of your way and just pick somebody and compliment them and just say, hey, I like your sweater, or I like your shirt, or, you know, oh, you have pretty eyes, or whatever. You know, it just takes very little to make people feel good about themselves. So anyway, and also be kinder to one another, love one another a little bit more, and be kinder and love yourselves a little bit more. And Boo Radley is crawling up here. He would like to say goodbye. Do you want to say goodbye, Boo Radley? He said goodbye. Say goodbye, everybody. Can you turn your head? Say goodbye, everybody. Oh. I already said that be kind to one another, love one another a little bit more, and most importantly, be kinder and love yourselves a little bit more. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. I love you, and I will see you then. Bye. Love you. Oh, and for those that need to hear it, and those that want to hear it, and those that just happen to stick around, one more, I love you. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Happy birthday, Lena.